How do we introduce the concept of CTAP to the customer? We need to address this, and we need to bring it in on the first call, the first time we're there. And it's usually, once we've been introduced, we sit down, we look at the web page, got some conversation, and this is where we start explaining to the customer. So, Mr. Customer, let me sort of explain to you what's happening in our industry. It's pretty exciting times. There's a lot of changes that are occurring, and change creates opportunity for everybody. The day you bought that phone system is the day that technology stopped. On the telephony side, the telephone side, that was hardware based. And the day you bought it, it stopped adding technology to it. Well, today's technology, there's two things that have to occur with technology. Technology has to do these two things, and if it doesn't do these two things, there's really no reason to embrace the technology. One is it has to increase your profitability, and two, it has to give you a competitive advantage. Well, what they've done is they've taken the hardware that's sitting over here, and they looked at the data networks over here, and they said, let's take the data network, which is software based, let's take the hardware and convert it to software and put that software on top of the data network. Now, by doing this, we have a single network rather than having two networks. Therefore, we've increased profitability because you no longer have to pay a local or a long distance phone bill. That goes away. Now, you come over here and you put the software on top of the data network. We have two risks associated with that. And the first risk is obsolescence. You don't have anything riding on your data network that's older than 5 years old because it won't work. You had a commodity product that you put in there, but you put a tremendous amount of money into that product to keep it working with software upgrades and everything else associated with it. The other risk you have is cost. What's the obsolescence? Buy today, gone tomorrow. And when I do put this over here, what's the actual cost of it? So what we're going to do, and if we do our job properly, we're going to protect you from those two major risks, the obsolescence, and we're going to deal with cost rather than price. So that's sort of the process that we're going to go through. But here again, anybody in today's marketplace that's not talking to you about eliminating your local and long distance bill, they don't really understand what's happening within the industry and what's happening with the technology. That's sort of a positive way of approaching it, because they will sit there and they will agree with you, and they'll also say, oh, I understand what people are talking about now. And when they do that, they feel like they've been educated, they feel like they understand where you're going, and I've been able to get the principles out. It's not price, it's cost, and how do we protect against obsolescence. And then when we do get to the CTAP call, all right, we refer back to this conversation, we go through that CTAP call on the phone, and then when we go through the CTAP in our proposal book, all of a sudden they're conditioned to understanding, oh yeah, that is a better way to purchase a system, and you'll end up with a higher probability of closing CTAP. And we believe that's the best way to introduce CTAP.